Hi everyone, this is Nida. How are you guys? I have been away for a while since my last video, and the reason have been a bit confusing for myself. Um, as you guys know that I suffer from autism. I also suffer from post-traumatic stress syndrome, PTSD, and gout, anxiety, sleeping issues, and yeah, they sort of they go hand in hand, especially the sleeping issue with depression and all that. And I just love to worry at night for some reason. So what happened is that during December month, I noticed that I actually felt worse when I was taking my antidepressants, and I was on actually two. At that time, I was taking a low dose of fluoxetine, which is also known as Prozac, and I was taking a low dose of, not low dose, like 150 milligram of Voxtra, which is also known as wellbutrin. So yeah, depending on the countries, it has different names. And I was noticing that I was having a lot of heart issues. Like I was literally waking up shaking out of, because my heart used to be my pulse used to be so high, so I usually woke up in the morning because of it. And because it was so high, it also gave me some sort of fear sensation, so I woke up quite scared, almost like waking up from a nightmare. And I was having constant nightmares also, so every night. And the issue was the nightmare was just about one specific trauma of my life that I was, and this is something that started around, like, I would say around last summer. So I was having these issues for like 3-4 months, that the constant, nightmares, and like every night the nightmare was about the same thing, but in different ways. It just showed up in different ways, and it was quite getting to my, it was getting quite, annoying, irritating, painful, depressing. Yeah, it wasn't something positive. And I wasn't understanding why this sudden onset of nightmares, and why only this specific trauma, because I've gone through other traumas in life too. However, I didn't understand what's going on, and around December, the end of December, I started to feel that somehow, I don't know if my body was actually giving me some sort of signals which I can't really explain, but it was like almost like my body was not able to, it wasn't, almost like, I could feel that the medication that I'm taking right now is either is too much, or my body is just craving for a break. It was, instead of, what it should be helping with, it was making those symptoms suddenly worse. So this is something you have to talk to your doctor if you feel something like that. So just don't, think that, okay, she is saying that she felt like that and she stopped, so we should stop too. I had to wean off. I weaned off. I took a few weeks to wean off these medications. However, I continued with my medication that I have for sleep. I continued with the medication that I have for anxiety. But the antidepressants, I just cut them off for 2 months ago. Now it's been almost 2 months. And those nightmares are gone. And that way of waking up that I was having, that I used to be waking up with like my pulse, my felt like my heart will jump out. That has reduced a lot. So what I realized that is that sometimes, uh, either my body just need a break, or it's just not the thing that I need right now. Like, when when you take, especially like Prozac, it's for to increase. Right, I won't get into the chemical stuff because that's not my specialty. But it has to do with serotonin, and it can be that for now my serotonin levels, or whatever that's needed, that Prozac is used for, I'm not in the need of that. However, yes, I am in need of anxiety medication. That didn't, I wasn't that lucky that I could get off that too. But two antidepressant, not only two that I was taking, I completely stopped. Am I happy? Yes, I'm happy, because no one likes to be on pills. Like, you want the real happiness. Pills just put you in a state where at times you can't even feel the happiness. You find yourself in a, weird situation. It doesn't go up and down. It rather just, keeps you in a state where you're not really happy and not really sad. And I was fed up of that feeling, to be honest. And I know a lot of people actually leave antidepressant because they are fed up of not feeling anything, or feeling it in a wrong way. So that's the update about me. And also, the reason I wanted to come and talk about it is that if you start feeling this way, do take it up with your psychiatrist or your doctor, GP, or whomever is taking care of your case, because sometimes the chemicals in the brain, they change, the situations in your life change, your diet may be changed. You might decide to have a healthier diet, and that in turn, like, it is proven that I have mentioned before as well, that saffron, it actually have the ability to work as Prozac in your brain. It has actually this, it has been studies made which shows that it has the same sort of effect on your serotonin as an antidepressant has. So sometimes, you might have made some changes like that, and and it's also mentioned in studies that if you're taking saffron, you should stay away from antidepressants. So there must be a link. So I don't know what really happened, but I know for now, my body is actually rejecting the antidepressant, is actually acting worse on them. And this example is also good to know. If that happened to you guys, go and talk, do let them know, because your body, your body is always so good, most of the times. I would say 99% of times it's so good to giving you signals that something is wrong. You just have to find what is wrong or what is right. And in my case, it took me time, but I realized that my body was just asking for a break. So I'm on a break now. I hope this break stays forever, or at least for a long time. And I hope this information gives you guys who are, also maybe, wondering if the antidepressant suddenly, feeling like it's not working or making your symptoms worse, that there is a possibility. It actually can happen. It happened to me, at least. I wish you guys all the best, and I will, as usual, continue to come by and keep you updated if I start taking something new, or if I start taking some new herb or something like that, because that's something I'm very interested in right now. That taking natural supplements, but supplements that have been properly studied, not just anything. I do not believe in that there are so many companies, selling herbs and stuff, and look it up properly. Maybe your psychiatrist won't be open for it. Mine isn't very open for such talk. But for instance, saffron is something that we find in our diet. It's nothing, it's just been there for years. And I always say that in Sweden, once it's the Christmas time, when it's snowing, when it's cold outside, it's, dark outside, the days are so short, it gets dark early. It's not, maybe it's not a coincidence that a lot of their, cakes and stuff actually have saffron in them just around the Christmas. So maybe there is something that in Asian, long time back, that they maybe saw a connection that saffron actually makes you, and there are coming more and more studies. So saffron is something actually I really stand by. Well, I just had to pause. As you can see, it's snowing outside, and that was my sort of a point when it came to saffron, the usage of saffron during these months. I had to pause the video because the original video that I had made, I was actually just going on and on about saffron. So I thought, why not share you the weather? So yeah, that was the today's video. Yeah, I hope it helped you, and I hope you might have found something new, learn something new. If not learn something new, maybe you feel at least that there are people outside suffering from same sort of problems that you are suffering from. It's always good to, it's not good to feel that other people are sick too, but it is good to feel that you're not alone in it. So if you guys ever need to ask something, just leave a comment below. I'm just happy if this reaches even to one person and helps that person. That's always what I say. That's the purpose of my page, actually. So lots and lots of love. Bye bye.